Hey, you guys, we have some updates in the case of 90 Day Fiance's Eric and Lita in regards to the death of their newborn daughter. Let's just jump right into the video. We have a lot to talk about. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time since I've done a voiceover, but today's video is going to be voiceover commentary because I think it just serves the topic better to see all the receipts on screen. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I have been mildly horrified that there hasn't been an arrest yet in connection with the death of Eric and Lita's 5-week-old daughter. On July 16th, the Adams County Sheriff's Department posted this to their Facebook page stating, "Infant death investigation." On Saturday, July 5th, 2025, the Adams County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call from a resident in the city of Adams, Adams County, Wisconsin, reporting an unresponsive 5-week-old infant. The City of Adams Police Department responded to the scene, along with Lifestar Ambulance Service. Lifestar Ambulance Service transported the infant to Gunderson Mound View Hospital. The infant was then transported to UW Health American Family Children's Hospital in Madison. On July 6, 2025, the City of Adams Police Department requested that the Sheriff's Office take over the case. On July 9th, 2025, the child died at UW Health American Family Children's Hospital. Anytime an infant death occurs in Adams County, a formal investigation takes place. This is an active investigation, and as such, no further information will be released at this time. Signed, Sheriff Brent York. The above statement is a fact statement put out by the police. 911 was called on July 5th with reports of an unresponsive newborn. The newborn was initially taken to one hospital and then transferred to another. On July 6th, the city police requested that the sheriff's department take over the case. On July 9th, the newborn died. The sheriff's department says this is an active investigation and they have no further comment at this time. I want to go back to that audio recording that was obtained by the YouTube channel Moving Mad, which had, I think these were voice memos that Lita was sending a follower regarding the death of her daughter. These voice recordings were sent in the immediate aftermath of her daughter's death because Moving Mad posted the video containing this on July 11th, and according to the police department, the newborn died on July 9th.
I'm just tired. I've been crying nights, days, I accept it, completely accept it because I knew that I lost her. But as soon as the doctor says there were a fracture on her back, and that's why I suspect, all of us suspect that that's kind of related to what Eric did to me, because when he hits me, even right now, I still unable to feel my left face, and then exactly there's a nerve damage that the doctor said to me when I got myself checked, and that's that. So imagine if it's because I didn't see if he hits Alyssa or not, but imagine if he did. It's really it's kind of related, but I'm not accusing. I'm just saying what happened, and that's that. I know, but before we find out if he is the cause, I will file a restraining order against him because guess what? I want to get myself protected. I want to get my son and I protected. This is a contingency. This is serious. This is, even my dad says I don't want you to get killed, Leida. Go fucking home now. And I was I can't, Dad. I still have court to do. I still have a lot of things to do. So that's that. That's where we are right now, Maria. I know that she's not survived. But at that time, before I spoke to my dad, I still not accepting it. But after I talked to my dad and I no longer resent my dad and we basically reconcile, I feel good, and then I accept it, but now my grief, I'm done grieving. My focus is justice. That's it, because I want to know. I never dropped the baby, and the baby was so fine. I can see her still moving legs before I found her unresponsive. And I had to call 911 and everything like that. Once they mentioned about the fractures on the back, that's the reason why we suspect something happened when Eric hit me on the face. Because if it make my left face numb, and then damage my facial nerve, what do you think is gonna happen to damage my baby? Of course, something's gonna happen too. If it happened, if he did hit that accidentally or something like that, I didn't know, I didn't see, because my eyes was closed. So this is why I request immediate autopsy, because it will help the police anyway. I want to know, because I don't want to live blaming myself forever. No, this is not my fault, never be my fault. So yeah, Maria, I mean, we can go live. I mean, I can jump on your YouTube tomorrow. I don't know if it's 10:30 your time, is 9:30 my time. It's gonna be if I even available, because at 8 Central Time, my time, which is 9 your time, your Eastern, right, EST, I will have to be at the court. I have to file a restraining order first. That's my plan at 8. And 8:30, I will have my psychiatrist, my appointment with my psychiatrist, like for half an hour. So that's that. I'm kind of like occupied, but we will try to find way our time tomorrow, because the hospital provide me hotel until I check out on basically Wednesday, but I want to get everything done at my county. It's like an hour and a half drive, Jesus Christ, tomorrow before I come back here, because it's a lot of driving. So that's that. But let me know if you can do it afternoon or something like that. We can try to working on it, or be like during evening time when when we are free, or when I don't know about their schedule.
Let me just start off by saying I don't believe anything Lita says, but here Lita is claiming that the doctors told her that the baby had a fractured back, and Lita claims that that probably happened as a result of Eric hitting Lita in the face. So a hit to Lita's face supposedly fractured this baby's back. She puts out the possibility that perhaps Eric hit Elisa. She's not accusing, she's just saying. It's worth noting that Eric was booked into jail at like 2 a.m. on July 5th, and there is nothing in the arrest details that allege he hurt a child. I would think a child that had such severe injuries that they end up on life support would be something noticed by arresting officers, or Lita would mention, hey, my daughter is seriously injured at the time of his arrest. But no, 911 isn't called for her daughter until much later. You guys know I'm really into true crime documentaries and podcasts, and I listen to this one podcast called True Crime Obsessed. One of their famous taglines is stay stupid, meaning lots of times criminals do dumb ass shit that makes catching them possible. We don't want smart criminals roaming the streets. That would be a nightmare. So yeah, stay stupid. Lita, in this instance, is so fucking stupid for mentioning in this audio recording that her dad is telling her to return to Indonesia. She's like, Dad, I can't. I have court. Less than 2 days after the death of her 5-week-old daughter, Lita says, quote, after talking with my dad, I feel good. I accept it, end quote. Yikes. And she says that she's done grieving. She says she's focusing on justice. And let's repeat this part.
I never dropped the baby. And the baby was so fine. Could see her still moving legs before I found her unresponsive.
She says she never dropped the baby. She said that the baby was fine and she could see the baby was moving her legs before she found her unresponsive. Ultimately, she says that this is not her fault. This will never be her fault. Now let's go back to this video, and this was obtained by blogger John Yates, where this appears to have been recorded right after Eric's arrest.
Are easily to become the bad guy, when actually like you're actually like the victim of the situation, but because the stigma or the image that people just see you as, you know, as a character or as an individuals, I mean, whatever, like for example, like I got accused for like murder. Like, oh, I hit people, and then, you know, my dad gave the hush hush money, you know, like made up shit. And just like what happened back in January, saying like I abused the dog, like I slapped the dog, broken bones or whatever is that. Those made up shit, you know, it's really easily to paint it to me as a bad guy. Like people just believe it, knowing that it's not true. And I'm gonna fight it. You know, I am damn sure I'm gonna fight that at the court. So I don't know what's gonna happen for this time. What's gonna fight that at the court. So I don't know what's gonna happen for this time. What's gonna happen with the DA? Are they going to charge him or not? But I will see. I will see if Eric is untouchable right now. I just wanna see. And maybe what happened, like last night, what happened yesterday, maybe it will be like I can use that as a, you know, as an evidence, like, hey, look, you know, because there's of course there's connection, because he was also drunk too back in January. That's why he sees something that is not even exists. He sees something like it not even like happened. So that's why though, this is very dangerous, because I told him like you have to stop, you gotta stop drinking. And he promised me to do that. Like in the past, he promised me to do that many times, but he's still doing it. So it's not my fault, okay? It's not necessarily that he needs to restrain me. No, most of the time we just argue, and then he just went up crazy. He only restrained me twice, okay? Back in, I think 2018 or 2019 or something like that. The first one, and the second one, it was like January, because of course, like I was self-harm, and that's it. But not necessarily restrained, because he restrained me later on after he abused me, basically. So that's that. Insane. Yeah, right. So the more you know. So guess what? Motherfucker finally got arrested. It was last night, I think. I don't know. So the police or the sheriff came in today, gave me the paperwork, and asking me if I request like a no contact order to be enforced or no. And hell yeah, I want it to be enforced. I'm already like thinking about like filing a restraining order as well, you know, like extending the enforce of the no contact order. But I will request somehow, because I'm technically like, you know, like managing his schedule and everything going on. I will request like if there's any chance that we can still communicate, but through email, because I want everything to be traced, to be documented, to be like having evidence, you know, of the communication, so he can no longer lie or made up shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not texting, just email, but I want every like email to be CC, in my with my lawyer or something like that, you know. So I don't know if it's gonna be granted, but I have to tell them, at least I have to request them, because basically I manage his schedule, work schedule, finance and everything like that. That's why, you know, bills or whatever. That's why I need still to have him like contact me, but through email, because it's more like traceable, professional, and then trackable or whatever, you know, like, you can see it, you know, like the chains emails. So that's that though. But I'm glad this time the law enforcement did the right thing. They should do that. They should do the same right thing like they did right now back in January, because all the statement that he made about the dog, I'm abusing the dog, all the statement that he made about the dog, I'm abusing the dog, it was completely wrong. It was false. And I was hoping that those officers like look at the camera and then see what happened, you know. The dog was fine, like nothing got abused, nobody's got abused. I'm the only one got abused. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad this time that my neighbor did the right thing to call the police, to call the law enforcement, because I was so scared, because I thought like I'm gonna get arrested again, you know. Because I see him like never get arrested. Every time that we had altercation, every time that we had like this same situation, call the police. He never got arrested. I always got, inside the police car. It's always me. But this time, I'm glad, like, justice finally, I know it's like coming like a little late, but it's better late than never. So that's a good thing. That's good news.
Okay, so she is cupping her cheek in this video, but she really doesn't look seriously injured to me. According to Lita's story in the voice memos, she incurred facial nerve damage, and I'm obviously not a doctor, but she doesn't look seriously injured in this video. Also, take note of her hair. This video was recorded sometime after July 5th. Because check out her mugshot obtained by TMZ and Starcasm, and I Spy touched up roots. So she had time in the midst of all of this to get her hair done? Why? Well, we might have insight into why, giving some supporting documents obtained by Starcasm. So Lita was arrested on July 17th, and the charge was felony bail jumping. And this came a week after officials had petitioned the court to amend her bail conditions from a previous arrest. And this is the document obtained by Starcasm. This is a motion to amend conditions of release, and this was filed on July 11th. The state is requesting that Lita be 1, forced to surrender her passport, 2, her travel be limited to the state of Wisconsin. And it goes on to say the basis for the state's request is that law enforcement has obtained information through the course of separate investigation, which suggests that the defendant intends to leave the country. Specifically, the defendant has directly stated to law enforcement that she was obtaining a passport for her minor child to return to Indonesia. Based on these statements and due to the serious nature of a separate investigation, there are serious concerns that the defendant is a flight risk and will make herself unavailable for court proceedings in the near future. Additionally, the state requests that this matter be placed on the court's calendar as soon as possible. Nothing is going to land you in jail with no bail faster than being deemed a flight risk. It really looks like Lita knows what is coming down the pipeline for her and was trying to book it back to Indonesia. Something that Lita probably is already aware of is that her home country, Indonesia, and the United States do not have a formal extradition treaty. So Lita noticeably alters her hair, and I don't know if I'd say she's attempting to disguise herself or what, but she got her roots touched up, obviously, and according to police, she told them she was planning on leaving the country, and they were like, nah, go directly to jail. I'll continue to keep you guys up to date with the latest, and hopefully a formal charge for the death of newborn Elisa will be coming soon. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Check out my second channel, Sarah Spills, and my podcast, Mostly Harmless. We just uploaded our latest episode. There will be a link down in the description of this video. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, X, and TikTok at Reality Squad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.